everyone and welcome back. So Nigerians are still reacting concerning this fight between Wike and Sowore. But before we go into that, there's this particular breaking and shocking news that really surprised Nigerians, and it says Tinubu orders Inec chairman Yakubu to take immediate leave over alleged APC betrayal, plans to appoint replacement. Like how? Was that not part of what he did in the favor of APC in 2023? Like, which kind of play are these people playing us? Like, are they trying to play on our intelligence? I thought Yakubu's tenure will expire like very soon. So what is this news of telling him to go for leave because he betrayed APC? This one is now use and dump. Anyway, let's see some of the reactions from Nigerians. So this person said, what nonsense news is this? How can devil betray devil? Another person said, let me tell you something. All these 9 minutes change that Tinubu and APC are doing is what will bring him down, because those people have already known his tactics and the strategies. And another person said, please, how did he betray APC? Somebody that overturned the will of the people for his selfish gain. Like, they should stop all this play that they are playing. Honestly, people are surprised. Like, how did he even betray APC? Someone that he did everything in 2023 to favor APC. So how come? Don't be surprised. Tinubu is going to appoint his tribe man in order to help him to also rig the election, just as he did in 2023. Anyway, concerning Wike and Sowore, like, Sowore is still bringing more evidence. Like, he keep exposing Wike every day by day. This matter is getting interesting. So today, Yoruba group slams pro Tinubu group for attacking Sowore, says faces hardship under a Melokon. Like, people are saying that they are suffering under Tinubu's government a lot. They're suffering under Tinubu's government. Like, most of Yorubas, they know the truth. But you also see few that will still support Tinubu. Like, you only see few people that will tell you that, a few Yoruba that will tell you that this thing that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing is not good. While you still see some people that are still going to be supporting everything that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing. So guys, I would like you guys to watch this wonderful interview and hear everything they have to say concerning the matter of Wike and Sowore, another trending news in Nigeria. So guys, take a look, and please, if you're coming across my channel for the first time, do not forget to click the subscribe button, like and share this video, and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. So guys, watch this video and I'll be right back.
What I mean to say is that the good thing about it is that all of this is not happening in Nigeria, because unfortunately for the judiciary in Nigeria, even where there are still good officers in service, the very bad ones have painted so many the institution, black, to the extent that Nigerians actually don't believe in the judiciary anymore, which is a dangerous trend anyway. But the hope is that the court in Florida will be an unbiased that will look at the fair details of everything contained to establish how in 2013 some children who literally can even wear their own clothes afford $500,000, which in current value is about $2 million, could own a house in Florida. And the explanation that he has tried to give on one of these national platforms was that his in-law who did not buy properties for his own children in Florida is buying property for his in-law. Those unimaginable kind of explanations, but he has to prove it in court, and the source of the has to be established. And if he paid for those properties in cash, it has to be that he declared the source openly. Otherwise, that is money laundering. And if he has manipulated the system, corrupted the Americans, engaged in any form of criminality, for me, that will be a cause for them to actually to establish a criminal case that may call for his extradition. But I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, but my little knowledge of the law from the layman's perspective is that if it is established, like in the case of Hush Puppy, whose criminality, which was occurring in Nigeria, had effect in America, he has to be extradited. Like the case of the police officer Abakari, who is still serving in prison or awaiting trial, who also has been fingered in that case, who is also of extradition to the US because the crimes they committed had effect in the US. So if beyond just looting money in Nigeria, taking it to the US, if it was not properly declared and those properties were purchased with raw cash, and those cash, the source cannot be established, it is absolutely money laundering. And for such reason,
Mr.
Great invited to a US court for explanation.
Yes, obviously, that's it. But there's a problem here. People in government are accused of certain things and nobody from the official stance questions it. For example, let's start with what Natasha Akpoti accused the Senate president of, Godswill Akpabio. That happened, and instead we got endorsement from the other senators, that is his colleagues. We got endorsement from the president saying that he trusts Akpabio. The same thing now is happening with Nyesom Wike. We know he's a very close ally of the president. But do you think there is something wrong? This is a very heavy allegation and nobody is saying anything. None of the political elites. The EFCC is not seeing this. The excuse will be that they need to be petitioned. Or could it be that the FCT minister has immunity and so nobody can do anything for now? Nobody can ask him questions. He cannot be invited for questioning. We need to understand what the process is, because it's how everywhere is just quiet. This kind of allegation came up. Agreed, is from Sowore, whom everybody considers to be quite a disturbance. They call him a disturbance in some quarters, or a troublesome person. But he brought out evidence to whatever it is that he is saying, and nobody has dared to look into it. No official person has dared to voice out, aside from critics that have been talking about it, analysts that have been talking about it. So what are we endorsing as a nation that will soon be celebrating its independence?
Well, the unfortunate thing is that this is what Nigeria has become. And the other problem is that the political elite you're looking at is actually not the problem. The industry you and I belong to has also become part of the problem. I would have expected by now that it will be a headline news, major headline news in all Nigerian major newspapers. Questions should be asked and raised at every point in time, because it's like a whistleblower. Then until it goes to court, of which Sowore said he has gone to court already in the US. So obviously there's nothing any political actor can do about it, and most of the big players will definitely not want to be forced on fighting, going for maybe types of article when they are going for the presidency or they are going for the election or B. They would rather focus their energy on tackling, the opponents, which supposedly is President Tinubu. But good enough, Sowore has brought out this issue. What is the media in Nigeria doing? Sometimes I look at some established media in Nigeria. Pardon me, it's our industry. It's an industry where I've been for more than 25 years, literally. At least I've been I can say that more than 25 years or thereabout in this industry. Somebody who has been in this industry, I started my career in Daily Times with my former boss, the former art editor, Dakwa Deni, who was the then art editor of Daily Times, when it was still owned by Nigerian government. Before it was privatized, I moved to position International Arts Review. You can imagine that the traditional media that I used to know, that media that held the military to ransom, a lot have gone wrong. Politicians who are supposed to be the ones the media is scrutinizing are not the ones that own the media. It is challenging. Then some of those who are able to come from the industry to establish their own platforms, some of them have fallen by the wayside. That is why, for whatever it was worth, we must give it to Omoyele Sowore. His media establishment has stood firm to a great extent, and he has not been afraid. He has to stay on the line of fire. And in this case right now, I expect the other media agents who are members of the members of the fourth estate to come up with their own questions, interrogation, to investigate, to make this matter it make sense to all Nigerians. But yet, without them anyway, the new media, which is the social media, has taken up the challenge. And I want to warn the traditional media. It may literally happen in Nigeria very soon, where people will begin to ignore traditional media because they are paid for and bought. Like you can see
But Mr. Great Emo, we are talking Mr. Great Emo, we are talking about it. Yes, there is no doubt about what you're saying. Most of the traditional media outlets, let's even look at print, a couple of them can no longer pay their salaries. They can no longer financially enable production of their papers. So obviously you know that it is normal for these politicians to come and do what they know how to do. So once they've cleared their debts, settled them, pay them off, what do you think it's going to be like? Here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM, we look beyond the traditional news medium outlets when we talk about issues. And that's why we're discussing it. We've been discussing this matter right here for the past 3 days. So it's not all the media. And you already understand the circumstance with which the media is operating now. Most media organizations do not provide protection for such sensitive issues. So when you stick your neck out, who protects you? There is no institution to protect you. The organization you're working for would not protect you. You can only do the best that you can do. So under these strenuous or constrained circumstances, we try as much as possible to bring these ills to light, talk about it, and expect that the needful is done. So my question to you about this is, do you think the president will investigate this matter? Do you think he will call Wike and ask him, Mr. Man, what is this we're hearing? I don't need this within my administration. I cannot continue with such whatever on my administration and persons working under my administration. But that aspect has been quiet. So is that something that is not true that is being spilled out by Apc Sowore? Or is it possible that the idea is if we sideline it or we don't give him any attention, then the whole thing will dissipate? Another issue will be the focus of the day tomorrow.
Well, it would be unfortunate that that will be the thinking of Mr. President, thinking that this will go away, because this it has an international dimension to it.
Okay.
And already, this is already a battle for the reputation. There's a battle for the reputation of Nigeria's image all over the world. And for whatever it is worth, this will be the litmus test for presidents' image makers, because whatever else that have been happening here, all other corruption, using 39 billion to renovate an event center, you did not change the roof, you did not change the ties, 39 billion gone, while primary schools were on strike and medical health centers were on lockdown, then that could be contained because the Nigerian issue. But this one now has international dimension. And the president who has been gallivanting all over the world saying he's looking for investors who are not forthcoming, who has been borrowing from China to Japan, London to America, France to Brazil, to continue to maintain the fund our foreign import. He requires a reputation management, because already he to have his own challenge anyway. It has been rumored there have been some people trying to request the United States government to unveil his own record. So that should be enough. And those managing Mr. President should know that they should know when to let go. The only thinking I see, because every day I see Wike demarketing the president of Nigeria, and I'm surprised they don't pay attention to that. Because if the reason for what allowing Wike to be garrulous, to be that be anachronistic, and be that criminally braggadocious is because of 2027 election. In the realm of politics, that is a minus for Mr. President, because I will tell you, Wike makes many people hate the APC government in power now. The only thing from which I think the only brain cell from which they are operating is that they think they will reach 2027 election. This is a problem with those in government. They think they will reach 20. I've read comments of some characters who are supporters of those in government who could say, this person will not be president, this one will not be. And so many Nigerians who have been poverty. Nigerians' livelihood were wiped out. Nigeria's purchasing power value was reduced by 53%. Even our gross domestic product GDP was reduced from 380 billion to 280 something billion dollars. Half of Nigeria's wealth reduced. You did all of these things, you remove subsidy, yet you are borrowing money. Yes, you say you are sharing more money to the governors, and when Nigerians tell Mr. President that they are hungry, he tells Nigerians to go and hold their governors accountable. Yet there's no Nigerian holding gun. No Nigerian is EFCC. No Nigerian is ICPC. No Nigerian is police. All the agencies and institutions that are supposed to hold the governors and local government chairmen responsible are under Mr. President. He pretends not to know, and then the wicked of this world in his government continue to insult the sensibilities of Nigeria, and then they keep him because they think that by 2027 he will, by backing around like a dog, he will be able to challenge Nigerians and squeeze the vote of them. Unfortunately, that is the only reason for which a government can keep somebody like Wike, who has insulted Nigerians roundly, and exposed even the corruption in this government more than any agent of government in its administration. So, if Mr. President feels because Wike brags and shouts on TV, because he has police and army backing with God, a Wike walking alone on the street of Abuja cannot challenge a hungry young man on the street. They will beat him to stupor in 5 minutes. So, having police and army surround you and calling television or media houses to surround you, and you are backing, linking on a chair, makes him think that he's important and powerful. I challenge him to walk on the street of Port Harcourt alone. I challenge him to walk on the street of Abuja alone. We challenge Wike to go and bring down vote without the mutilation that we saw from the River State election. If this is what they are depending on, I hope they know that Nepal is not very far from here. Instead of you to work out, to deliver on the mandate, to market your project and your policies, explain the areas you have failed to Nigerians, and encourage them to play with you towards the future so that you hope that they can bring it to power. Perspective of the fact that they have the capacity to swallow so much. But someday something may give, and that is why they should be careful. We used to have times in Nigeria when people were fed up. Today, military officers in different parts of Nigeria stay in barracks trying to protect themselves. When those states in Nigeria, they were undermining the state, looting the money, no education, no investment in the people. They did it for many years until young people in this state who have no hope were lured into insurgency with as little as 1,000 naira. Today they cannot move around freely. Those who have been rigging Nigeria's election are also having the same thinking that nothing will happen.
Right.
However, if something happens,
okay,
like it happened in Africa Coast,
where
an election led to 11 years civil war. So,
Mr. Greatimo,
Mr. President should be watchful, and he's too big to allow Wike to become a stumbling block or a mess on the ground on the presidency of Nigeria.
Mr. Great Imo, you said something vital, when you were explaining a couple of things. You asked questions as to what exactly is the opposition doing. Sowore has been consistent in calling out the ills amongst these government agents. From the presidency, he's still on with the presidency, where he's battling the DSS, battling a couple of groups in support of the administration. And in fact, they're asking that the DSS should make sure they do the needful in clamping down on him. Some of the River State APC supporters, they're saying that the presidency needs to do something. That how dare Sowore call the president a criminal? Sowore is not yet done with that. He's now on with Wike. But they're asking questions that the supposed popular opposition that we talk about most times, what are they doing? They only just react to certain issues, but going this far, And why do you think that Nigerians are not rallying behind Sowore? If this guy has been astute, consistent, brazen, bold, ready to put his life on the risk, we've seen him go to jail on several occasions. He was just even released very recently, actually. So, especially with the IGP case, he has been calling them out with evidence, actually, not just talking. He's been with evidence. So, what is the problem with the opposition? Are they just there for power? Don't they know that there is a procedure, there are steps? When President Bola...
So guys, I'm sure you guys have listened to this wonderful interview. So please do well to drop your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you're coming across my channel for the first time, do well to hit the subscribe button, like and share this video. So guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys again in my next video.